A very good day for Dr. Idawati and Mr. Abdul Aziz. And my name is Sharmilla, and here is my group member Jason, Young, Collina, Hazell, and Aziq. We are here today to present our KNS1633 Engineering Mechanic Group assignment. So here is our overview of the presentation. Firstly, we will present our on-bridge concept with applied image, dimension of bridge, load and load applied. After that, we will present our final selected bridge, design with introduction, content, methodology, result, and conclusion. So, for the introduction of our on-bridge design, this is my design, Warren Truss, and I'm choose to build a Warren bridge. So the size of my Warren bridge is 1 meter in length, 0.22 meter in height, and 0.105 meter in width. The Warren bridge also have a advantage and disadvantage. For the disadvantage of this Warren bridge, uh, for advantage for this Warren bridge is it spread load fairly even between members, and it also have fairly simple design. And for disadvantage of this Warren bridge is it have poor performance under construction load, and it increase construction due to the additional members. So this slide show my front view of my Warren bridge and followed by my side view. So this slide show my front view of my Warren bridge and followed by my side view and top view of my bridge. So for behavior of truss when load apply, um, uh, it's only my bridge only can uh, apply load with equal to 2 kilograms. So that's all from me. So next, let's move on to Jason.
Thank you, Sharmila. So the type of truss that I built is pred truss. The dimension of my pred truss is 1.04 meter in length, 0.12 meter for the height, and 0.15 meter for the width. Based on the concept of pred truss, the vertical members are in compression, while the diagonal members are in tension. As we all know, steel are good in tension. This produces a more efficient design since the steel in diagonal members can be reduced. This has a significant impact on reducing the cost of structure, reducing the surf weight, and ease the constructability of the structure. This type of structure is more suitable for horizontal span, where the force is mainly in the vertical direction. The behavior of truss under load apply change when weight is equals to 18.18 kg is subjected on top of the pred truss. When the compression along the top of pred truss increases, the tension force along the base of pred truss increases. Few joints along the base of my pred truss snaps due to the weak adherence of the joints. Next, I would like to pass on to Young.
Okay, thank you, Jason. I'm Yong Zhu Hong, and my matrix number is 7723232, and I'm from Civil Department Year 1 student. I'm glad to have join this class, Engineering Mechanics, and have the project to build the bridge model. So now I would like to introduce my own build model bridge. Okay, the concept that I choose this bridge build is the gambrel truss concept. Okay, this is the picture shown in here. Okay, in the exterior, a gable truss have two different slopes, where the slope gets steeper from the center due to the outwards projecting shapes. Gable truss can be effective to be fitted with the hollow center, which can be used as a storage area. And such as the upper section of the barn is usually shaped in a gable. In the case of a barn, as the members are usually constructed with wood, the structure act more like a frame than a truss. So the compression member is located upper part of the bridge, while the tension member is located downward parts of the horizontal component. The incline member could handle the compressive load strongly. Um, okay, for the dimension of this bridge is 1,600 mm long, and then 130 mm width and 280 mm height, which is fulfill the dimension requirement. Last but not least, the behavior when load applied and the situation of the load applied is I apply the 28 kg load, and the truss member are still remain stable. For this moment, the truss member has a bit of bending situation, so I decide to stop the testing to avoid the breaking. So this three picture is a result as it shows that the load is applied. So thank you. That's all is for my presentation here. We would like to pass to Collina.
Thank you, Young. So, hi, my name is Collina Alisa, and my bridge is K Truss Base Bridge. The dimension for my bridge is 110 centimeter length, 25.6 centimeter height, and 10.5 centimeter width. So the advantages of this truss is it can reduce compression in vertical members and possible reduction in steel and cost if designed efficiently. The disadvantages are slightly more complex, increased constructability due to additional members. The total weight that can bear by my bridge is about 7.5 kilogram. And if I add more than that, my bridge bend a little bit, and some popsicle stick might snap. Okay, thank you. And I pass it to the other person.
Um, Hi, my name is Aziq Nabihan bin Azmi. Matrix number is 742 and 42. Okay, the type of truss that I built is Howard truss. The dimension of my Howard bridge is 1 meter for the length, 0.3 for the height, 0.19 meter for the width. For the concept of my truss is Howard truss is a type of bridge design that was introduced by American architect named William Howe. Sometimes people confuse between Howard truss and Pratt truss, as it is look structurally the same. Howard trusses is essentially the opposite of the Pratt trusses in terms of geometry. In fact, looking at Pratt truss upside down will visualize Howard trusses of sort. The entire structure is still relatively the same, but the diagonal braces are now occupying the opposite or the unoccupied joints. The difference of the diagonal members in each trusses is very importantly effect structurally. Design of the diagonal structural beam slope towards the bridge center for our trusses, while Pratt trusses design of the diagonal structural beam slope outwards from the bridge center. Basically, how truss bridges design is the opposite diagonal trusses of Pratt truss. The advantage of using how truss bridge design is the design can withstand extreme conditions In real life, as it maximize the efficiency of the trusses member as the trusses bridges has many link parts or joints. Materials such as steel, wood, and iron are all utilized to its highest potential and every pieces plays a role. The behavior of truss under load applied changes when the weight is um, 7 kilo. So the diagonal members in our truss bridge is in compression while the vertical members is in tension. Thank you very much. That's all from me.
Okay, I'm Hazel, and the thrust that I'm doing is fake thrust. So the load applied on the bridge was 9.2 kilograms, sorry, and the dimension of my bridge was 1 meter in length, 0.1 meter in width, and around 0.2 meter in height. Yes, height. So for the design concept, like in its most simple form, the fig truss has web members that adopt a V pattern that can be replicated several times, and the pattern becomes significantly smaller as the top chord slope downwards from the middle. And the advantages of this truss is they can be effective in transmitting loads to the support as spring truss rely more on the diagonal members. And when load was applied on this bridge, it's slightly bent when it was applied with loads. Thank you.
So for the selection of bridge design, based on the trust of each groupment, we all agree on Young's Gambrel truss because its behavior of truss under load apply have slight change when weight of 28 kg is applied. So this is our introduction of uh, of Gambrel truss. For introduction of bridge, it was necessary to cross bridge is were necessary to cross river and valleys, and it is most important part of the road network, but also one of the most costly. Truss bridge are very highly powerful because they have a high strength to weight ratio. For introduction of Gambrel truss, it is another very popular truss structure, and Gambrel truss is a type of roof support, and it generally characterized by symmetrical two-side roof with two side roof with two slope on either side. And it often used in complex structure such as barns, and the peak of the standard gambrel truss is usually built at a 30-degree angle with the second slope at 60-degree angle. So this style is also the traditional roof design found in Dutch colonial house, and some historians say that early Dutch American in Southern Asia saw the style and took it with them when they moved to other areas. So next proceed with Jason.
Okay, thank you, Sharmilla. I'm Jason Shintia with the matrix number of 75126. Consequently, uniform load will apply on gambrel truss at the center of four equal division rafter members. The changes in the angle of inclination with the horizontal from the lower raft to the upper raft is practically advantageous to its structural design. For instance, the gambrel truss uses inverse isolysis right triangle to distribute out the load on the truss for higher stability and durability. The joint member in the truss are subjected to tension for the diagonal members and compression for the vertical members. The force in the gamber truss are often centralized at the tip of inverse isolysis right triangle and spread out along the base of the truss. Hypothetically, when the compression above the truss increases, the tension applied at the base will increases. In addition to the uniqueness of the structural design, two long horizontal supports are adhered to both sides of the truss, forming two additional chords on each side. Thus, the chords of the bridge are capable to sustain larger compression force, although the weight of the load remains constant. And here is the side view of the prep truss, of the gamber truss. Next, I would like to pass it to Young.
Thank you, Jason. Now I would like to share the methodology of building this kind of truss. So first of all, we have to prepare the 600 until 650 pieces of popsicle stick. Okay, and then the apparatus uses is the hot glue, scissors, cutter, measuring tape, ruler, weighting scale, and some sample lots. For example, is a gas tank I use, which is 28 kg. And then the dimension I did is 1660 mm long, 130 mm width, and then the height is 280 mm. Next. Okay, for this moment, Gabriel truss testing, okay, the aim of I did this truss is to investigate the compression and tension strength of member in the Gabriel truss when the load is applied. So we have to determine the compression strength and the tensile strength. The problem statement include, does the truss member of the Gabriel truss can sustain the load given? While the hypothesis is the location of the support point of the loading and the thickness of the truss member can affect the strength of trusses. Next. So now I would like to share the step to build this truss. So first of all, we have to design and sketch the gable truss. Next is a step 2, which is prepare the popsicle stick and create the horizontal and vertical component of the truss. The step 3 is construct the frame body. So we can stack 3 to 4 layer of the popsicle stick to ensure the strong enough. Bulldog clamp is used to hold them tightly after the hot glue is applied. Next is the step 4. We combine the frame, and other component by apply the hot glue. So this is the example of the picture that I did the Gabriel truss here. Okay, next. Step 5. Okay, add in the support as need to increase the strength of the truss. And then the step 6 is the mostly is the final step. Do the touching up of the completed truss. Okay, remove the hot glue drops and cut off the excess popsicle stick beside of the truss to make it like more beautiful. Next, the step 7. Okay, step during this step we applied the lock on the truss, which is I put the gas tank on above it. And then the final step is record the data and or taking the picture of this experiment for the evidence. That's all for my presentation. Thank you.
As for the result, different type of truss give different types of characteristic when the weight was added, as you can see in the table. So for warrant truss, when the weight was added, it was slightly bent. However, no popsicles were broken. And for pred truss. When weight was subjected on top of the pred truss, compression force along the top on the truss was increased. Hence, the tension force along the base also increased, resulting the few joints along the base snap due to the weak adherence of the joints. As for a gambrel truss, the bridge was slightly bent. However, when load was applied on it, no cracking was detected. Proceed to the next slide. Please. Okay, thank you. So for K truss, the bridge was bent when load was applied onto it. For how truss, however, crack sound was detected when load was applied. The popsicle was not broken, and when it was applied, the diagonal members in the bridges is in compression while the vertical member is in tension. Last but not least, fake truss. When load was applied onto it, the bridge slightly bent, and then popsicle seems to have the potential to break. Proceed to the next slide. Thank you.
Step 1. Prepare the chair and locate the bridge on top of the chair. Step 2. Measure and adjust the span between the chair. Step 3. Put weight of 2.73 kg at the center of the truss. Step 4. Add weight of 3.45 kg after 5 seconds. Step 5. Repeat step 4 with the weight of 2.6 kg at a 5-second interval. Here's a short clip showing my pred truss withstanding the total weight applied at the center of the truss. And lastly, step 6, measure the total weight applied, which is equals to 18.18 kg.
Hi everyone, now I would like to have some testing on this gambrel truss. First of all, we have to measure the length of the truss, then we do some adjustment on the two chairs, which is 1660 mm. Now adjust a bit to make the truss on the center. Alright, now I would like to start the first testing. First of all, I will do the testing with this higher. Alright, we have to get the reading of the weight first, so get some data on it. So the weight of the tire is at 0.9 kg. So put it on the truss now. Start the testing within 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Put it down. Now, I would like to start another testing, which is increase the lock on it. Then, I would like to put this rim on it. So, wait first. We get the cage. How much is it? Alright, it is 7.1 kg. So later on, I will increase the load until approximately 16 kg. Alright. So moving on. I now putting back this load on it. Alright. Adding another load, which is 7.1 kg. Let's start the testing for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, pass. Remove the load. like to have the third testing, which is I'm increased 20 until 28 kg. Now I will using the gas tank for the loading now. So I will have the reading of the weight first, which is approximately 28 kg. Right. So now I will move this gas tank to the truss there. Okay. Put the lot on it. Put it slowly. Alright, start the testing for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pass. Now I remove the lot. Thanks for watching my review here. So the testing is now ended. Thank you.
Hello everyone, today I'll test my bridge, which is the Howard trusses bridge. Step 1, I am preparing the chair and locate the bridge on top of the chair. Second step, I measure and adjust the span between the chair to make sure it is in between 1 to 1.2 meter. Step 3, I initially put the 7 kg load for the first attempt. Repeat step 3 with weight 7 kilo and repeat for the second attempt 7 kilo and third attempt with 7 kilo within 5-second interval. Step 5, I measure the total weight applied, which is equals to 7 kilogram.
Okay, the conclusion based on the results collected from all of presentation of each members. The most sustainable truss is gambrel truss, which is Young's bridge. When the test was carried out, the condition of the bridge was still stable even when the truss behavior showed a slight change when weight of 28 kg applied. There are some improvements that we can make to the bridge to make it more stable and stronger. First, we can increase the thickness of the truss members by adding more popsicle sticks. Second, we also can add on more support truss members, horizontal member and vertical members to increase the bridge strength and be more stable. Thank you.